up, or would you prefer to follow up? I don't want to like get the.
Oh well, we can do it. And what I can do on my side too to see with Mr. Sabora here in Montreal if he can get something with the corporate office here in Montreal. I'll be definitely very happy if you can get a contact here in Montreal, because I know that all the executive Bombardier are in Canada, in Quebec especially. I can probably go see them myself and ask them if something we can do with our NAFTA. And I mean, the only thing I need, just because we actually have the document, the legal document signed by, with the Bombardier Mexico, but I have nothing here in Montreal. I mean, see if I'm going to go there, there's just going to be who are you, how, and who, and it's just going to be completely new, starting from scratch. So maybe I'm going to get Mr. Sabor involved and see exactly how we can do that.
Okay, that sounds good. Let me make a couple of suggestions. One is check with James. He has some documentation that you can use. Sophia and James have worked up some, one sheets that explain what we're doing. And so if you could email James, and he'll get those to you. So that way, because, when you contact these people, they're going to want to have, something written. So that will be a helpful first step. And so we're agreeing that you're going to contact the Bombardier Mexico, or is Yvonne, is she also in the same agreement that there didn't seem to be a good fit?
Yeah, but the only thing that Yvonne told me too, that Mr. Mendoza asked her to ask Dr. Kelly to contact Mr. Mendoza, because he wants to have the legal document first.
Okay, so he has that legal document. Let me suggest this. Why don't I talk to him, because I have spoken to him already. Why don't I try one more time to talk to him and see if Mr. Mendoza, I'll talk to him, in the next day or two, and see if I can clarify that. And at the same time, I think it's a good idea to look into Bombardier Montreal and see if Vincent has a connection, or he may know someone else at UQAM who has connection. I would imagine there's definitely some business professors at UQAM that are well connected with Bombardier, I would think.
Definitely, but I mean, the best way to just start this, if you can give him a call or just contact him, see exactly what's going on, and then we will take it from there. Meanwhile, I'll see with Mr. Saboran and try to get in touch with Bombardier Canada corporate office, and I'll give you the feedback and let you know exactly where we are.
That sounds great. So hopefully in the next week or so, at least we'll clarify with Mexico. Hopefully we can do that this week and start the ball rolling in Montreal. And, we can also look at other possible clients in Montreal. All our clients are in Mexico, it just happens. But if there's a good client that's a different company, we can be open to that as well. So if you brainstorm and you think of any companies that you want to have contact with that would be interesting, we can open that as well. But step by step, we'll start with Mendoza and then move to Montreal, Bombardier, and then look at a plan B company. And this is very typical of this kind of work, this kind of course, is that, it's really this problem-based learning model. It doesn't fit into the typical course structure where, week 1 you're doing this, week 2, it needs some more flexibility because of dealing with the clients and with the companies.
Dr. Kelly, I have a question for you. Mr. Mendoza mentioned that maybe you should talk to Mr. Mario. I don't know if you have a chance to speak to this guy before, from District Federal in Mexico. Mr. Mario.
Okay, do you have a contact for that, or does Yvonne have a contact for Mario?
Yeah, Yvonne has his contact. She's gonna give it to you.
Okay, if she can email that to me, that would be great.
All good.
Good, and thank you, James. Do we have any? I think you just got the contact information for Walmart last night, right?
Actually, I'm not sure if you sent it through. So that means, did you send that?
Yes, I did actually.
Oh, okay. Okay.
I sent an email with that. So I would imagine I should talk to those people first as well, right? I'm trying to remember. Is it Fernando?
Oh, okay, right, yeah, okay, yeah, yeah. If you could, please, and then I can make any changes you want to, like the legal document. If you want, some changes for the Walmart project, yeah, I can do all that.
Okay. All right. So I will. James also has copies of the legal agreement that we've drawn up. If the companies want to sign a legal agreement in terms of disclosure, it's probably a good idea, and it also just defines your what you're committing to and what they're committing to. So if you need a copy of that, please ask James. Now, any other questions about the client commitment? Okay, so the other piece is I have given you some readings on new business development. And James, can you remind us where those readings are to be found?
Yes, the readings are listed in the syllabus, and they are available online. And I will double check that, and I will let the group know exactly where they are online as well.
Are they on the wiki, or we don't know? We don't know yet.
I think I put them on the wiki, but I'll check, and if I haven't, then I'll put them there straight away.
Okay, so let's make it a goal to read some of the let's say the first 3 readings that I've listed on the syllabus for our next meeting next week. So this just gives you some idea of what are some of the critical success factors when dealing with top management around new ventures. And as I said, it's a very tricky negotiation, because there's a natural resistance to going with products and new services. It threatens people's established sources of expertise in the company. It also is very difficult to quantify the potential impact, because by definition these are new ventures, so you can't define the savings very closely, and yet there's usually an investment involved. So there's a lot of issues around how do companies engage in this, and those readings will give you some guidance in terms of what works and what are some of the obstacles. Okay, so if we could read that for next class. James, if you can also remind me, I have some PowerPoint on that, so I'd like to send those along, but
okay.
I'll try to remember to send that to you today.
Okay.
On new business development. So that's pretty well what I wanted to cover. I'm hoping that you're doing your storming, norming, and forming. It sounds like you are across the 3 countries. So if there's anything I can do to help in that, let me know. Otherwise, I think that pretty well covers it for today.
Just one question, Dr. Kelly.
Yes.
Could you just expand a little more on what we'll be doing with the Bright Green MBA students?
Yes. Okay. There's 4 or 5 Bright Green MBA students who are in a strategy course, and this they started the course already, and they are working with the NAFTA teams in the week that you're here in San Diego, and they will be acting as consultants to your teams, meaning that you can bounce ideas off them, you can ask them to do some research for you. Their expertise is in sustainability, not necessarily the cross-border piece. So the idea is we can start contacting them, and once you have a better, I think we'll have to wait a week or 2 to when you have your project definition. But at that point, you can start contacting the Bright Green. I'll provide the email, and what we'll probably do is just kind of like what they do in Google. When you get a new team member, they basically advertise their services, and teams kind of compete, like, okay, come with us and work on this. That's what they do at Google. So we'll have that kind of method where you kind of vie for their attention. Hey, do you want to come work on my project? We're doing this neat thing. So in about 2 weeks, I think we can start interacting with the Bright Green MBA students once we have the projects defined. So then they'll know, okay, I'm interested in working on this piece of that project. And we will have some face-to-face time with them in San Diego week. Does that help? Does that clarify?
Sure. Yeah. Thank you.
Okay, cool. So, and please keep me on track with that, James. Make sure we get them, connected to us once we have the projects defined.
Okay. Is there a contact that I should, start to talk to about that? Who's the person?
Yes, Henry Peterson is the professor.
Oh, okay, cool. Yep.
For that, yeah. So you can check in with him, and I will do so as well. Okay, so I think that would be it for today. I do have to go to my next meeting. If there's any questions, though, I can answer those. I think we're good. Okay, well, thank you.
Dr. Kelly, just a question.
Sure.
To get the information from Mr. Gonzalez and Mr. Mendoza from, because I don't have your contact here, and you seem offline for me, so I just send them to James, and James is gonna give them to you. If you just can give us feedback as soon as you could. So just to would be nice to know exactly on what we will be working, and just to have the all the things that we should have just to work on our project.
Okay, and do you not have my email? You do have my email, right?
Yeah.
Make sure. Oh, okay. So you can send that way as well. Okay, yeah, we'll get on that this week and see if I've already sent them the legal document yesterday or the day before, and I haven't got a response. So I'll try and follow up on, or I will follow up on that.
Excellent.
Okay, sounds good.
Cool. Thanks,
We're
Dr.
going to sign off here. Thank you so much, everyone. Thanks, James, especially for setting this up.
Okay. All right.
Okay, now.
Bye. Bye.
Bye.